Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is going to be a different reading. I'm going to leave it as a collective reading, but to be honest, I was debating whether or not I should record this message because actually this is a spread that I pulled for myself. And so it is deeply personal. Yeah. So I have my own meanings to it, but since it's such a beautiful and profound message that I felt, why not share it with you all? And my question for it was, in those moments when we are the ones needing help, needing guidance, and most of these times are just when we are feeling the lowest, or when we are feeling out of touch with ourselves, or out of touch with our guides or our higher self. And the beautiful thing is that over and over, it's reassured that the guidance is here, that the guides are here, that you're not alone, that you are pretty much guided and you're exactly where you need to be. And so, of course, that was very reassuring to me, and almost like this green light, or this encouragement to share this with you. So that's the reason why I'm recording this. So, just take it if it resonates with you, and if you are in a moment of need. Maybe you don't know how to ask for help. Maybe you feel like you have been left, without direction, without light, to move forward. So if that's your case, if anything, I just want this to be helpful for you and encouraging to you, if you need some sort of reminder that you are very much in the right path. Because that's exactly what I've been given, what I have received, which was very, just a big relief, to be honest. So, just to show you the cards, I'm actually using my original tarot deck just because I wanted, a very simple message, and just connecting with my origins in a sense. After all, way before I started doing readings here, I did this deck for myself so that I could find my own answers and connect with my own subconscious. So it felt just right in a moment where I'm the one wanting this help, asking for guidance, asking for assistance, to reach out to the tarot cards that are and have been with me, ever since I created them, ever since, and maybe even long before that, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it, it just manifested all those years ago. Anyways, so after all of that, the message here is of reassurance, is of guidance, and it begins with this sense of, silly you, we are here. We have been here all along. The Ace of Swords here came through after this random, which is never random, right? But this thought was running through my mind, and I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and nothing was coming through. And I was actually scared that the cards have abandoned me in a way. And straight away, when I thought about, have you forgotten me, or have you abandoned me, or something like that, this card came, not screaming, but almost like his exclamation mark, saying, silly you, no, we haven't gone anywhere. We're still here. We're pretty much aware of you, and we're still giving you this guidance, giving you this direction moving forward, right? So it was almost like this shaking off of the sense of not being guided, or not being embraced by this spirit guide or higher self, however you want to see, whatever guides you forward, right? So this is the green light. This is saying, it's like, we're still here with you. We're still showing you the way. And the way is to the Four of Pentacles, which is this grounding energy. So what I heard with this card was back to basics is this direction moving forward, right? So, and you know, it was just, again, this confirmation of going back to the tarot deck, the original one, since I'm pretty sure the last collective readings that I've done, they were all with the new deck, right? The combined deck where I joined the astrological oracle cards. So coming back to the basics where it all started with the tarot cards, it just feels right. It feels truthful, right? It's like this true grounding. This is what these two cards are talking about. And this is how this foundation is reestablished or strengthened or secured, is what I'm hearing right now. And so what this does, and this is beautiful because, you know, with these two cards by themselves, I was already very like safe, and just I was being made sure that I knew that I was being given the direction, and the direction, it can only be truthful if I'm grounded, right? And so when this grounding happens, and based on these, like these bases that are just truthful, right? Just honest. And it's like this guiding principle that shows the way forward. This is how the heart is elevated to a point of sovereignty, because the King of Cups here is just talking about how the heart is king. So what this means, and you know, most of the times that I see court cards, I see people in them or represented by these cards. But now it's funny because this is not representing, like, not an individual, right? No, not you or anybody that you know. It's just representing the heart as king, the heart as sovereign, the heart as an elevated frequency that rules, in a sense. But it can only rule based on truth that is grounded, that is anchored, that is manifested. Because once the energy of this truth, this love, right, this sovereignty is grounded, then you can rest in how you're going to move, how you're going to elevate the frequency. And I should rephrase that. It's not necessarily move as in finding the direction forward, because the Four of Swords is here. So 2 4s bracketing the heart that is king, right? It's talking about this foundation, but one that is material and one that is spiritual, one that is anchored and one that is being lifted, right? The lifting of the heart. But actually, it's almost like the entire consciousness, it's almost like just elevating the whole presence, the whole being, the whole heart, the whole mind, perhaps, even the whole body. But not, it's not like floating, it's more like just the sense of elevation. I don't know exactly how to explain that. It's not like you are going to suddenly fly, but it gave me the sense of not feeling the density or just like the weight of gravity, right? So this is what the Four of Swords is representing. It's like the more we rest in this message, this symbol as the heart as king, the heart as sovereign, the more we can just be elevated, just it's like feel lifted, right? It doesn't need to be complicated. It's just a sensation of being lifted. And this is when, it's almost like this is when you know that truth is the guiding principle. Truth is the guide, right? It's never abandoned you. It's almost like the feeling of weightedness. This is what creates this disconnection, right? So the reassurance that your guides are there, that there is this sense of guidance, but it's more than just, it's not like a coach saying go this way, go that way. It's more like this inner knowing, because it comes from the heart, right? So it's like this impulse, this truthful impulse that just, it elevates your entire being. I don't know how to explain that. But again, you're not losing touch with the ground, specifically because the Nine of Pentacles, right? Another Pentacles card is here, and it's underneath the Four of Pentacles. So it's almost like the journey continues here on this earthly plane, on this realm, where things have almost like the time that they need to take, right, in order to materialize. But you're wealthy. And what I mean by that, and maybe this is the reason why it starts with the Ace of Swords, because it wants to be very clear and very simple. It's almost like this plain, truthful understanding of what true wealth means, which, by the way, being followed by the Queen of Swords, is just emphasizing this truth, right? So the true wealth is the one that you carry within you, within your wealthy, sovereign heart. Because, especially if you see the thumbnail, you'll see that the King and the Queen are lined up, right? So, and I don't know if you know this, but I'll just mention, because I've said this, in other readings, but it just fits so well here. To me, the crown of the Queen is a giant heart, but it's now being filled with the Ace of Swords, with the Ace of Truth, whereas the heart is already on top of it. It's already sovereign. So it's almost like the rising mind that needs to elevate, right? It's like, so resting your mind in the reassurance that your heart, being king, is going to elevate your whole body, including your mind. It's like your mind is going to be embraced by the heart, that is going to be the elevator in a sense, right? It's going to be the one that just brings you up, right? And that is the true wealth. Because the thing about this Nine of Pentacles is talking about being based on this reality, having a strong, solid, reliable foundation, but not staying stuck, not playing small, not conforming to what is, right? Not staying limited by what exists. It's like the journey continues, right? And there's more to accomplish. There's more to be achieved, but you will know the direction forward. And just mind the word you, right? Because whenever I'm saying you, remember that this is also reading that it's for me. So I resonate with it. And I'm so thankful actually for this guidance, really. So I truly hope that it helps in a way. So yeah, it's like the truth that is going to guide you and me in order for us to really, truly value this wealth. Not for the physical, not for the money, not for the physical achievements, right? Or accomplishments, but rather like this true upliftment. It's like this rising, the word tide is coming through, but it's more like the rising mind, I want to say. So to end this part of the reading, because I am now eager to see what wants to come next, because I just want to know more. It's almost like now that the direction is, being given, or not given, but it's being reminded that it's always been here. It's almost like, okay, show me more. But because I'm just saying this because we're ending here with the Magician, and the Magician upright symbolizes to me that a few glimpses of magic have been revealed, have been, it's interesting, I'm hearing digested. So it's almost like there needs to be a time for digestion, right? Mental digestion, I want to say, just because whatever is underneath the hat of the Magician can be so profound, can be so mind-boggling, right? That your mind needs to be elevated. It's almost like it cannot go from 0 to 100 in a second. It needs to go to the 10th floor and then to the 20th and then, you know, so on. So it's almost like it needs to acclimatize to like the height or to the frequency or like this level of lesser density, right? It's like it's just lighter, right? So in going up, in being elevated, it's almost like the magician is also going to slowly elevate the hat to show what's underneath. But it's like, you know already that there's more. And maybe that's the reason also why I'm curious to see like where this wants to go next, because it's almost like this arrow here is like it's poking underneath the hat and it's just lifting it up, and it's showing already a little bit of pieces here and there, right? The magic is still here. I'm being reminded that, you know, the first card that I pulled in the reading that I did for the, I believe it was the solar eclipse reading, where the magician was opening that reading and it was talking about how the magic is still here, right? So it is here, but it's like the mind needs to adjust and to acclimatize to this new lighter environment or field, right? It's not something that the mind can process like straight away. It needs resting time. So there is no need to worry about whether or not you are being guided. That is, you know, 100% being confirmed here. But there's more, right? It's almost like, don't worry about knowing it all at once. It's like you're going to know as it comes, because it's all enriching. It's like every step of the way, you're just forging your sovereignty, right? It's like just strengthening even more the sovereignty that your heart already has. But it's almost like it's going to be more and more perceivable. It's like you're going to have not witness, but you're going to have, what is that word? Evidence, right? It's like you're going to see almost like these signals or proof. Not that you're asking for proof. Maybe you are asking for proof, right? Since, you know, here I'm just saying that this is not a question that has it was not implied when I was first, you know, pulling cards for myself. It was just like it's almost like this cry for help, really, with no second intention. But, you know, just here sharing with you, maybe there are other ideas that are coming from you that are also enriching my meanings, right, of this reading for myself. So the guidance is here, but there is more. The magic is still, it hasn't been completely revealed, right? So I wonder what is that magic? That is fascinating. I'm actually curious now. Okay, so I am going to pull more cards. I was not planning on that, but, you know, maybe there's more. Well, I feel like there is more for sure. So yeah, I am going to pull more cards. And since I'm sharing this with you, you know, in the extended, I'm also going to pull from the astrological runes. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.